Darling, you're here. What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your girl, Abiola from ManifestYourYear.com. At the time of this recording, we are in the lab preparing for the next year and the next season, finishing up another season and moving into boom, an exciting new year. So if you are wanting to manifest the year of your dreams, you are in the right place. We're going to be talking about how to prepare for a new year, how to wrap out the old year, and whether vision boards or planners, what to do, what's a goddess to do when you're planning the new year. And like I said, we're going to be talking about vision board do's and don'ts. All right. So, as I said, the reason I introduce myself as being from ManifestYourYear.com is that I have a new program where you can sign on, and going into the winter solstice, I will help you to map out and plan your year. Now, people know that I am very much an advocate of things that look like vision boards. I'm hesitant to use the term, and I'll tell you why in a second, but things that look like vision boards, and that I am a planner addict. So they want to know which is the best way to go. So vision boards, for the uninitiated, a lot of people learned about in the movie The Secret, right? And they learn that vision boards are a tool of the law of attraction. Now, I have found great success with vision boards, but a lot of people not so much, because they felt like I glued a bunch of beautiful images on a piece of paper and then my Lamborghini didn't come. This crap doesn't work. Not true. Oh, no, no, no. And so I wrote about this in my last book, in the Sacred Bombshell Handbook of Self-Love, and I gave you a very clear process for manifesting and for creating that I called a big bombshell bliss board, but it was really a vision board on fleek. And what I incorporated was the missing elements that didn't, that maybe you were missing why you weren't able to create your manifestations. That manifestations, the law of attraction, is one universal laws, but there are many universal laws. Some say as many as 108 or 1,008, or an infinite number. So other universal laws are the law of divine timing, right? There's the law of inspired action. So there are all kinds of universal laws, and the vision board idea that you're just going to use the law of attraction, that's just one. Now, the reason why you want to create a vision board is because you are wanting to raise your vibration to the level of that which you're wanting to vibrate on, or manifest, excuse me. So, we're all vibrating. We're all energy. That's what I mean when I do this, right? It's the reason why you can hear somebody walk up behind you, or sometimes you're thinking of someone and they call. It's because we're all energy. And as Dr. Maya Angelou said, and I firmly believe this with my whole heart, that one day we're going to be able to measure, the vibrational energy of words. That, it's interesting that when Marconi, I may be mispronouncing his name, but the gentleman who is known for inventing the radio, his family and friends put him in an insane asylum because he was talking about being able to send sound through the airwaves, play it in my house so that you could hear it in your house. Now, we all know that that is very possible, right? Sound waves, vibrations. So some of this may sound hooey and crazy to you right now, but 100 years ago, fax machines seemed insane, and now they're passé to us, right? So we are all energy, and the things that we want that we do not yet have in our lives also have a vibrational energy. And the way that we manifest them and bring them into our lives, if they are meant for us through divine timing, is by vibrating in the same energy, matching the energy of that. If you're a low energy, negative person, for example, and you have a windfall where you somehow win the lottery or inherit a lot of money or whatever it is, you're going to sabotage it. You're going to quickly get rid of it because you're not on the same vibrational energy. Got it? All right. Okay, so let's break this down. Which do I recommend more? Vision boards or planning tools? I say all of the above. As you guys may or may not know, I am a planning addict. So these are just some of my Filofaxes. This is actually a Filofax clipbook, which is a newer tool that they came out with. They have like these different notebooks, which I adore, Filofax Lite. And so, you know, now my notebooks can match my Filofaxes, which are size A5. You know, this is the Domino, which is a really inexpensive one. I think this one was $50. This one was the Ostery, which was $500 when I bought it. So you can get into the Filofax game at different levels. A vision board does not eliminate the need for planning. Now, you don't need like a million Filofaxes. That's just what I enjoy and what works for me. And so the process, for example, that we're going to be using in the Manifest Your Year program, which you can join at manifestyouryear.com, is a specific program of mapping out your year. But even if you don't join that program, which I think you should, I have for you 108 questions that you can begin with to ask yourself, you know, about the past year and about the future year to help you to plan your year. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Here are a few questions to start with to plan your year. You can, and the reason you want to do this, I believe in telling you the reason for everything, because, you know, otherwise we fall into our default patterns and we don't do better. Those who know better do better often, sometimes. So, so I'm wanting you to know better. If you do not plan where you're going, right? If you don't plan where you're going and take the lessons of the past with you, you're going to just be in a loop, in a hamster loop, doing the same thing over and over again. And so with this list of questions, I'm not saying you have to do all 108. Do what speaks to you, but it helps you to be able to make sure that you're on the right path. If you don't know where you're going, like they say, any old road will take you there, and that's fine. But with any kind of manifesting, that you're not wanting you're not thinking, okay, that life is going to be exactly like this. You want to leave room for this, whatever it is, or something better for the good of all involved. You got that? This or something better, that is our prayer. This, I'm seeking, I'm wanting to manifest, I'm calling into my life, I am softening the vibration around, I'm welcoming, I am grateful for this or something better for the good of all involved. All right, take a sip of water, a little cough thing here. Okay, so, all right, so here are some of the questions, and I'll put a link to this. Let's see, I'll put a link to all of this good stuff, not only below this video, but at sacredbombshell.com/ Vision Boards on Fleek. That's what we'll call this. Sacredbombshell.com/ Vision Boards on Fleek. And I'll even include links to past vision board videos that I've done in past years, and vision board parties that I've had, etc. All at sacredbombshell.com/ Vision Boards on Fleek. And of course, you can come to manifestyouryear.com and plan your year with me. All right, so 108 questions. I'm not going to read all of them, but here are some questions, and then I'm going to talk about vision boards do's and don'ts. So what did I learn this year? What did I achieve this year? That's a good way to begin, right? What did I learn? What did I achieve? How does this make me feel? Now that's the key, because you could have won a big award, but it doesn't make you necessarily feel any kind of way, because we all have different experiences with that. You may feel like, oh, yay, I just won this. Someone else may feel like, oh, I won this not to stay at this job that I don't like. You see what I'm saying? So how do these things make me feel? Our feeling energy is the same as our vibrational energy. So you could technically ask people, instead of how you doing, how you vibrating? You know, are you vibrating down here or up here? How you feeling? So what did I learn from these successes? What did I learn from the quote unquote failures? What am I proud of? That's a great question. Where am I balanced and unbalanced in my life? I believe, you know, I'm not necessarily a fan of balance. I'm a fan of harmony, things working together. Because again, what works for you works for you. What works for me may be something different. What do I want to improve in the next year, right? What were my 5 biggest strengths this year? What are weaknesses that I could improve from and do better? So these are some introspective questions. Introspective people have a better feel for their vibrational and their manifesting energy. So there are 108 of them. You can head over and check them out. I'm going to put a link to them all at Vision Boards on Fleek, sacredbombshell.com/vision boards on fleek. All right, so so in terms of vision boards, do's and don'ts. What you see behind me is an old vision board, and I like to make my vision boards 3D. So I have here, for example, the God or Goddess jar, God box assignment from, I had a course that was called Unblock Your Energy, and it was really powerful. And one of the assignments was to release everything that you were dealing with to the universe. And so I could, in theory, use some of these things that I've released here to the universe. I could use these as a jumping off point for the things that I want to manifest. My vision board. You see, you can make all of your spiritual work and assignments work together. Another assignment that we had, and you can still actually do that course for free at unblockmyenergy.com, unblockmyenergy.com, and go through all of the assignments. This was an assignment from that, a permission slip. We had a permission slip sacred assignment, because for women, a lot of the time we need permission on a subconscious level to manifest and create the lives that we want. And so something like this, you could put on a vision board, right? You can also put affirmation cards. I have a gazillion decks of affirmation cards. I have other people's decks, like this is a really cool one, the Goddess deck. I have the Sacred Journey cards from Vicky Ayala. I have tons and tons. And then I have my own affirmation card decks that I've created, the Manifesting Goddess affirmation card decks, right? And so you could pick out, and I have the African Goddess affirmation cards. So you could pick out a card that resonates for you, and you could put it on the vision board, right? So I did that with this old vision board from back in the days. Oops. See, it has a number of different affirmation cards. And it's interesting because these are Dr. Wayne Dyer's affirmation cards, right? And I had on here, like I like to put, when you're wanting to create, say this was the book cover for my novel Dear. So for my next book, it doesn't even exist yet. Well, it exists, but it hasn't been published yet. I will create a mock-up cover and have it so that I'm giving birth to it. These were affirmation cards that I created before I even had affirmation cards, you know, to sell as a part of my offerings. Now I have and sell my own affirmation cards, but it starts with whatever your vision is. I also like to incorporate pictures. Like this is an old picture of me from back in the days, back in my pageant days. I like to incorporate your past, your present, and your future on your vision boards. And like I said, this is in, I talk about this process in the Sacred Bombshell Handbook of Self-Love, but I'm going to just tell you about it now. And the reason I like to incorporate, you know, words, make it 3D, incorporate pictures of yourself on it, is because your vision board has to feel, I want you, when you're looking at it, to feel like it's an album of your life. And it is. It's just an album of your life that you haven't stepped into yet. So a lot of times when I look back on old vision boards, I've created everything there. So it is an album of my life. Now, that only comes when, in the beginning, you resonate so strongly, vibrationally, with the things that you put on your vision board. So I want you to make this sacred work. Don't just glue a bunch of things that you think you're supposed to have. That's a vision board. Don't. You want to come from the heart and the soul and the spirit. You can draw even if you're not an artist, because this is a sacred healing tool for you. So you can draw yourself, you know, with having the experiences and the feelings and the things that you want to feel, you know. So that is really powerful. Now, this up here, I would say, for me, is a vision board don't, for a couple of different reasons, right? It has words. I had put words up here that say, I don't know if you can see, oh no, you can't see this, but on the top it says, don't sweat the competition, viva, splurge. Here it says give, luxury feels better, ready, set, goal. And I, you know, the reason I say that this area is a don't is because the same way that we can read words, we read images. Excuse me. We read images, right? And so, you know, looking at these women who I put here because I love her coat. I love, you know, loved what they were wearing and the feeling of luxury. I don't resonate with these women. They don't look like me or feel like me. And so I think that it's much stronger when you, with your vision board, if you're going to use images that are pre-existing. That's why I like to use your own pictures. Like here's a picture of me here, but I like to, you know, use your own pictures, because when you look at your vision board on a daily or weekly basis, and I like daily to remind your subconscious mind and of what you're creating, the life that you are living already, right? Being grateful in advance for what you're stepping into, that you want your brain to say, yes, oh yeah, that's me. So you can't even see this, but I have a black woman up here. And, you know, what the chocolate woman over here, she's looking at, even though I didn't intend it at the time, there's a guy in the middle. He's with these two women who look nothing like me, or energetically are not aligned with me. It's just not even the fact that they're blonde white women and I'm a chocolate black woman, but I don't even feel energetically aligned with these women. And then there's a dude in the middle who was, I think was Common, right? And so it's like they're here with the dude and I'm here on the sidelines looking in. And so that's not what I intended, but that is what this story here is. And then there's somebody else here. Is that Claudia Schiffer? I don't know, but there's like another woman here and she's driving off with the car and they're over here and I'm on the sidelines. No! So be very clear and very certain with the visual language that you're creating. You know, excuse me. I want you to think of it this way. Think of it as you have your life is clay in your hands, right? And you are crafting your life the way that you want it to be. Would you want that in your life? No, you would not. So this is a vision board don't. Underneath it is definitely a vision board do. So it's a bit hard to see, but I had like a lot of healthy images of the kind of life that I wanted to create. Which I did, you know, which is wonderful. You know, the kinds of foods that I wanted to eat, I wanted to be healthier. So there are words like I stopped making excuses. I love my new body. Love sexy. Does that say tan? No, no. Lace up for a better life. Ready, set, goal. Live life in happy. Live healthy. Be who you were too lazy to be yesterday. Now you can. I wouldn't necessarily, again, for me, using the word lazy on the vision board, even though it's coming from a positive place, is a vision board don't. Like you don't even want to, because your brain, when it hears that, is probably going to fixate on lazy, which for me is a trigger word and a buzzword. Again, not necessarily what I would have on a vision board, but over here, like where it says find your magic. And then here's Oprah and Rosie O'Donnell and, you know, that sort of thing. And so that is another vision board kind of in between. I've met a lot of women who told me that I'm on their vision board, which makes me so happy. You know, the way that I am, Oprah's here on my vision board. And for me, this part is a vision board do in putting people that you want to call into your life. A vision board don't is in the past that I have perceived other people to have idyllic or happy relationships. And then I put them as a couple on my vision board, like, this is what I want to have. and then they break up or whatever it is. The reason that using celebrities in that way is a vision board don't is because we have no idea what is happening in somebody else's household. We have the story that is happening publicly. So if you're wanting to convey and call in a happy relationship, you can either use generic models, you can draw it yourself, you can take two people and like glue it together, you can use words, you can use 3D images of what you're wanting to create on a multi-layered effect like this. For example, will go on my next vision board and it says best mom ever, right? And then something I'm wanting to call in the next 24 months. So that will go on my vision board. And so that is a way that you can then use 3D and other images. Another thing that you may want to do is I have all of the greeting cards, right, that I got for my birthday this year. So you can take the cards, these beautiful, beautiful words and images that you receive that, you know, oftentimes we don't know what to do with unless you're a scrapbooker. And you can either use, for example, I just looked at this. This can be a little mini vision board that you create if you want to keep it with you, you know, card like this, and it's kind of like a vision board on the go. You know, the message is in here from the person that gave it to me, but you can open up, like this card happens to have other chapters, and so that's something that you can do. You can, if it has a positive message on it like that, you can use it as an affirmation on your vision board. If the imagery reflects a you that you want to step into, you can have that on your vision board. So there are all kinds of ways to use not only affirmation cards, but other cards. And I really like using words because I feel like not everyone necessarily, well, this is someone asking for money for Berkeley College, or no, asking something from Berkeley College. I don't know where Berkeley College is, but I like this part of it. So I would probably use that. But I really, really like us focusing on the fact and remembering that not everyone is a visual person. And so that's why if you're a good teacher, you want to incorporate, you know, you want to think about that some people are audient learners. Some people are visual learners. Some people are sentient learners, meaning that they learn through their feelings. And a great vision board experience will incorporate all of those things. All right, so that is a good place to start. So, you know, which should you go with, planners or vision boards? There's a combination. If you come with me at manifestyouryear.com, I will help you to figure out and plan and map out your whole year. I like to go with each section of your life, you know, your health and well-being, your relationships, your career, you know, your purpose, and, you know, really, really get clear in your spirituality, your vacations and leisure, what you are wanting to call into your life. And remember that inspired action is equally important as the law of attraction. All right. So sacredbombshell.com/vision boards on fleek is going to have links to all of the resources that I talked about in this video, and I will put as much as I can below this. And I am looking forward to us planning an amazing year together. Oh, and this is an important thing too. While you are creating, whether you call it a dream book, a vision board, a treasure map, whatever you want to call it, a big bombshell bliss board for your next year, or you are using a planning system. There are all kinds of them, and I've used them all. You want to leave room in your life for things that may be different than you planned. Does that make sense? I thought that that was really, really important to point out. Even though we touched on it earlier, I thought that was really important to point out. And one of my favorite planners that I'm using right now actually is this one. I'm gonna have to do a different video on it because it's a whole experience. This is an amazing planner. I have been working on creating my own planner, and until my own is birthed, this is my favorite planner. I don't know if you can see the affirmations on the cover. You can find this at manifestyouryearplanner.com. manifestyouryearplanner.com. I love it so much that that I contacted them and I was like, I have to sell this because it has everything in it that I've been working on. And I don't want to show you the inside because it's got like all my my business in it and stuff like that. And I like to let my stuff hatch, let it gestate while I'm working on it. But this is a really, really powerful manifesting tool. Okay, you can find it again at manifestyouryearplanner.com. All right, my loves. Namaste. The sacred bombshell in me sees, adores, and accepts the sacred bombshell in you. Leave me a thumbs up if you're feeling this video and let me know, have you used vision boards? Are you going to refresh your vision board? I am a big fan of, some people say, you know, begin from scratch and start anew. I like to adjust on the vision board. Like, so this vision board, I may go in and, you know, even though there's a lot here that, because it's a, like I said, a really old vision board that I'm not really feeling. But I like the idea of, just like our lives, we build on our lives and we take things that don't work and we start anew and we shift, us shifting and adding layers onto a new vision board. Because what that said, an older vision board, because what that says to me is that, you know, the lessons are still underneath informing the new choices, which I think is a powerful place to come from. All right, let me know your thoughts. Woohoo!